Hey everybody, it's Mike, and I'm back. And I'm going to talk about Hare Krishna, give some updates, kind of a continuation from last night. As far as what's going on with this Trivikram Swami, and also what's going on in Utah. And I think I got my computer going, so we're going to get right to it. Let's see, here we go.
Hello?
Hello.
All right, so I think I got my computer going. I'm still working on the studio here, and as far as the sound, lighting, and everything, I'm doing the best I can. But I do have I got a sponsor. Check this out.
This broadcast comes to you through the courtesy of Edam Neckties, with stores at 3 convenient locations: Skagway, Alaska, Little America, and Pago Pago.
So I'm excited about that. And let's see. Here we go. We're gonna get started. Ding. Okay. So let's see. Where do we start? I think we're gonna start with this Trivikram Swami. And what I was trying to do last night was I wanted to show. Here he is. So here he is. Here he is. As you can see, he's in his orange sannyas outfit, cosplaying as a kind of a he's trying to do the Bengali 16th century Bengali, but then he's got some, like, I don't know, it looks like he's got some pretty modern looking shoes on. He's got himself a little, I'm not sure what kind of hat you call that, like a fisherman's hat or some kind of weird looking hat. That's not really 16th century Bengali. So he's kind of mixing it up there. So he wants to be a 16th century Bengali, dressed like a 16th century Bengali sannyasi monk like Lord Chaitanya, but then he wants to wear some weird hat. I mean, why not? He's wearing a weird monk, some weird monk outfit, and then he's got this hat on that doesn't go with the monk outfit. I don't know why. And then he's got some modern shoes. Looks like he's got some, like, I don't know, some running shoes or something on. So I don't know what he's trying to, I don't know what uniform he's trying to wear or what he's trying to portray. I guess he's trying to say, hey, I can dress like a 16th century Bengali, sannyasi, transgendered, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I don't know what, but I can also be cool and wear a funny looking hat with it and some cool running shoes. I guess that's his message. That's what he's trying to portray. Like, join Hare Krishna and you too can dress like this, and go. You'll feel perfectly comfortable going out into public, dressed like this, with no shame or humiliation or anything like that. So that's what's going on with him. And it says here, and this is him just recently in Krakow, Poland, doing his thing. He says, you know what? I don't care if I've been having sex with a woman for 6 months. I'm going to wear this orange outfit anyway, even though it is a total a scam. I mean, because he doesn't even, according to his own, according to his own beliefs and his own preaching, he should not be wearing that. But so he can't even follow his own. I mean, I don't even get it. I don't even understand. He's so addicted to this idea of him wearing this orange color clothes, even though he's been having sex with this woman for 6 months and covering it up and being dishonest and lying to his disciples and scamming them. He still feels like it's okay for him to just go out on the street and act like nothing ever happened. Like nothing ever happened. Like, hey, you know, what it is, it is what it is. So it says here, July 3rd update confirmed about his change of plans and travel. Questions arise. Was this due to his free will, or was he forced to such an agreement? Anyway, Trivicram's current situation is an outcome, the result of his karmic conditioning, of course, because it's everybody's karmic old age decline. Yeah, right. That's what, you know. Who's come to this determination? And 4 jabs. However, we pray for him. So basically, what they're saying is it's not Krishna consciousness' fault, or it's not that the Krishna consciousness doesn't work, or there's something wrong with chanting Hare Krishna and all of that, and 4 regular. They're saying it's not that. They're saying it's his situation is because of his karma, his old age, and because he got 4 vaccinations against COVID-19. That's why he fell down. That's what they're trying to say. That's what they're trying to say. Let's see. Hey, Raphael. Hey, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe your I couldn't believe your story, man. It's like really amazing. We got a lot in common. But this is insane that they want to blame his fall down, his current situation, and not only his fall down. See, because not only did he fall down, well, not fall down, but basically he broke his vows. Basically, he broke his vows. He didn't really have a fall down, like I was saying. He didn't have an accidental fall down. He broke his vows and then tried to hide it. And he did hide it for as long as he could. So he broke his vows, and yet he still wants to. And even though they're like the GBC and the authorities above him are like, look, we understand you broke your vows. We deal with this all the time, and we got you covered. All you got to do is just be cool for like a year. You know, we got to put on this show. You know, we did the scam of you being a guru, so now we got to do the scam of us doing something about you. You know, it's all a scam. So they just wanted him to, look, just play the game. Just don't initiate for 1 year. Year will go by this fast. You're 83 years old. Don't initiate for 1 year. Put on the white clothes. Come hang out in Mayapur. You'll get fed. You'll have a place to live. Everything's gonna be hunky dory. Just. And he said no. So not only did he break his vows, not only did he hide his sexual escapades with his 35-year-old disciple, not only did he do that, now he's like rejecting the whole idea of what they want to do to let him slide. They're like, we'll let you slide, dude. We'll let you slide, and you can everything will be good. You just got to do like 2 things. And he couldn't do it. He's like, no. And seriously though, why should he? I mean, but he's a scammer. I don't think he should be doing anything. But he's a scammer, and if the reality was he was a real guru and all of this shit was real, first of all, he wouldn't have fallen down. He wouldn't have broke his vows. That's the first thing. The second thing is he would have accepted he shouldn't have to accept. He He should just be able to just do whatever the fuck he wants. He's a guru. That's why none of this makes sense. And the fact that he was hiding this, so that's the first mistake. That's the first big thing. And now his rejection of everything in light of his rejection of his vows. I mean, why should he be wearing any color? Why should he be even cosplaying as a man? I mean, he should just be like wearing normal clothes, go back to, like, you know, assisted living or whatever he's doing, you know, the convalescent home, and just hang it up. He lost. He lost the game. It's over. He flipped the board and it's over. No, this guy wants to keep with the charade. I'm going to keep with the charade. I'm going to keep wearing red. I'm going to keep wearing orange. I'm going to keep going out on Harinam. I'm going to keep trying to beg money from people and sell these books and try to make fun. Like, he can't stop. And they want to say that it's the result of karma, old age, and vaccinations. I mean, come on. Come on, people. How stupid you got to be to believe that. They want you to believe that too. They got you believing that there's a demon head eating the moon. And now they want you to believe that the reason that this Trivikram Swami fell down after 60 fucking years and he's 83 years old is because he got 4 vaccines. I got 4 vaccines. I didn't run off with no 35-year-old woman thinking I'm a guru. I mean, what? How insane are these people? They will say anything. They will say anything. They will say anything except something's wrong. Unga. They just will not. They just will not. They can't. Thank God I was able to go, you know what, there's something fucking wrong with this. It's exactly what I said. I was like, if the Ritviks are acting exactly like ISKCON, and if they're both doing the exact same thing with child molestation and covering shit up and breaking people out of jail, getting predators out of jail. I mean, how is that any different? How is breaking a predator out of jail, and then going and visiting him on his farm? How is that any different than letting the guy that molested my daughter just hang out at the Hare Krishna temple and say, "Don't go to the police or you're bad for it"? Well, I mean, how is it any different? I don't know which one's worse. Obviously, the guy that touched my daughter was worse. But, I mean, the other guy's pretty bad, too. They're all pretty fucking bad. It's crazy. And they want to blame this shit on a vaccine. On a COVID-19 vaccine because the guy's 83 years old. He doesn't want to get COVID and fucking die. And they think there's something wrong with him because he did that. They think he's got some kind of problem. You know, it's probably the sanest thought he's had in the last 60 fucking years is, hey, I got to get a vaccine. I don't want to get COVID and die. That's like the most normal thought he's had. In his almost his entire life. His entire life is in this fantasy world. I'm surprised he was able to think clear enough to go, hey, I got to get a fucking vaccine. I don't want to die. Meanwhile, all these fucking freaks around him are going, don't get the vaccine. It's going to mess up your DNA, and it's gonna do this, it's gonna do that, and oh, they're just trying to control you. Oh, and they're gonna put a microchip in your, and all these fucking insane conspiracy theories that it's just insanity. And they think that this guru who preaches that a demon head is eating the moon fell down with his freaking disciple because he got a vaccine for COVID-19 in the year 2025. And you're going to tell me this isn't a fucking dangerous cult? Oh my God, this fucking insanity of these people. This 83-year-old man couldn't keep his dick in his pants, even though he's got a guru, he's got everything fucking he want in the world, flying around the world and people worshiping his fucking feet. No, he's got to have sex with his 35-year-old disciple. Why? Because this is bullshit. This chanting doesn't work. Following formulative principles doesn't work. Reading the books is full of shit. It's all full of shit. Blaming this fucking guy falling down on 4J. Seriously, man. I mean, I can't get over that shit. And then it says, however, we will pray for him, of course. Yeah, we'll pray for him. Pray for yourself, because you guys are fucking insane. Hey, you can't make this shit up. I'm gonna say that every time I get it. You can't make this shit up. You tried to make this shit up and then try to convince somebody of this shit, they'd go, get the fuck away from me. They would say, people aren't that stupid. That people aren't stupid enough to believe that there's a demon head eating the moon. And that 4 vaccinations against COVID is going to make you want to have sex with your 35-year-old disciple. I was like, God, give me a fucking break, man. Talk about a dangerous cult. They got you believe. If you believe that shit, you'll believe it. You'll believe anything. You'll believe that it's okay to go fucking put 2 bullets in a guy's head sleeping in a van on Canfield Avenue in West Los Angeles because he said something bad about a guru somewhere. Oh. And now that guy's in jail for life for murder. Because he went and shot somebody because somebody told him, hey, that guy said something bad about our guru and you should go shoot him. Okay, I'll go shoot him. Oop-de-doop-de-doo. That's why I say these people are dangerous, because they're so fucking crazy. Crazy is dangerous. Stupid is dangerous. Stupid and crazy together is dangerous. And stupid and crazy in a big group is really fucking dangerous. All facts are on the table. Blaming Putin, COVID jabs, the 9 times more lusty lady with Mohini features for his fall down. He's simply old lusty dog that's freaking out. Yeah, now when these gurus fall down, they got dementia. They got dementia. Well, they don't got dementia when they're sitting in the temple room giving a lecture, but when they're out there fondling their disciples with their prominent features, then it's he's old and he's got decline. He's got cognitive decline and he's senile. And who was that other guru that they said was he got caught? It just happened like a year ago. They caught him having pictures on his phone too. He's got cognitive decline and senility or whatever, but he knows how to work a phone and get naked pictures on it and text people back. He got that down. Okay. The guy from last year who fell down with his with texting, sexting, and texting. I mean, I just can't believe it. And when that happened, it was like, okay, another one. Another one. I wasn't doing videos when that happened. Dementia, how convenient. No dementia when it comes to counting hot cash. Yeah. Oh, they don't have dementia when they're out there getting donations. When they're out getting donations and reading from the books and, lecturing about Krishna pastimes and Rasa Leela and all this, no problem doing that. They got the Sanskrit verses down and all that. But as soon as they get caught doing something wrong, then it's like, oh, well, he's suffering from cognitive decline. He's got dementia. We think he's got dementia. Otherwise, why else would our guru be sending dick pics to some disciple? Why would he be sending dick pics to his disciple? He must have dementia. I mean, obviously he's got cognitive. No, he's fucking horny. He's a dirty old man who's been fucking pretending for 25 years. He can't pretend anymore. Just like Jagjivan. He's a gay man. He's a gay man. He just wants to be himself. He got fucked up, mixed up in this stupid cult, and now he's brainwashed, but he's still a gay man. Chanting Hare Krishna doesn't do anything. So all these people that are in there, and they were doing something before, they're still human beings. They're just pretending. It's just cosplay. It's just they're pretending to be like this Trivikram Swami. Everybody in the movement is just like Trivikram Swami, except Trivikram Swami was a leader and a guru. But everybody else is doing the same thing he's doing. They're all pretending. I'm chanting my rounds. I'm counting them out. I only got 4 more to go. I'm following 4 regulative principles. I'm going to Mangal Artik. I'm reading the books every day. I go on Sankirtan and do all that stuff. How can I not be advancing? How can I not be advancing in spiritual life? I'm supposed to be advancing in spiritual life, but I still have desires. But as long as I'm chanting and doing all this stuff, then I keep those desires. But as soon as I stop chanting, or even when I'm chanting, I still have desires. It's like Trivikram, 60 years, he still wants to have sex with this young woman. And if it's his disciple, he was not able to teach her that you don't have sex with your guru. I mean, shouldn't that be the first thing? You go, look, I'm going to initiate you and I'm going to give you your spiritual name. Don't try to send me fucking pictures on my phone. I mean, that should be the first rule. Follow 4 regulative principles and no sending me pictures of your prominent features. Okay? He didn't teach her that? What kind of disciple is that? What kind of guru accepts a disciple and he puts himself in a position where his prominent features disciple, his prominent disciple is going to send him pictures of her prominent features. How does he do that after 60 friggin' years? Come on, man, 60 years. I was in it for 20. Okay, 20 years is a long time. He was in it 3 times longer than me. He did what I did 3 times over. He did it once and then an extra 2 more times. I can't even believe that shit. 60 fucking years. I'm barely 64. I'll be 64 this year. So he's been in it. But he's been in it almost my whole life. His whole life. What a failure. What a failure to be in something for 60 friggin' years You're 80 years old. You've been in it for 60 years, trying to build this house of cards, and you get almost done, and it falls apart. You fucking talk about wasting your life. Talk about what a waste. He's wasted his life so much, and he can't even face it. He can't even face the fact that this is all bullshit, when he's the one who knows it's all bullshit. Because he's got the bullshit all splattered all over his face. Every time he goes out in public, anytime everybody mentions him, it's like, oh, that Trivikram, that's the sex swami guy. That's the 83-year-old guru that had sex with. He's going to live with that for the rest of his life. Is not that long. He ain't got that long to go. But, I mean, still. This guy, man. And they want to say that I'm making a mockery of the sannyas order. Me, I'm just commenting on what I see. You guys picked this guy to be a guru. You guys propped him up to be something that he's not, and he went right along with it, and you went right along with it, and all his disciples went right along with it. And now look where you are. But I'm the one, the Mexican, the Mexican guy that claims to be a comedian. Oh man, my lighting went out. I don't know what happened there. Hey, there I'm back in the light. So that's what's up with this guy. I mean, how fucking stupid is this whole thing? So let's get into let's move moving right along. Let's see here. Okay, you saw that, you got that. We did this, we did that, and now. Let's take a look at this. So this is something that's going on, and I'm let's just watch this news report and hear what they have to say, and we'll go from there. Let's see.
Well, a sacred place of worship now insecure. Those at the Krishna Temple in Spanish Fork say they heard multiple gunshots fired across 3 days and found bullet holes all around their temple.
News specialist Aaron Cox shows us where those bullets hit and how the community can now help.
This is the central room of worship here at the Krishna Temple, and it was here on Friday morning that a bullet came through this window, hitting the wall on the other side.
A sacred ceremony full of prayer and song.
It's a special place.
Vi Warden was the designer, architect, and engineer for the Krishna Temple in Spanish Fork, which makes what happened this weekend even more personal.
After all these years, decades, we've never had such an experience.
Warden says someone shot at the temple multiple times on 3 separate days. Security camera footage shows lights flashing in the corner and a truck passing by, all at the same time. Volunteers heard what sounded like gunshots.
That first window right next to the ark, that's where they hit.
A week and a half ago was the first time Krishna Prestaya says they heard gunshots.
I was a little saddened, to find out that someone is purposefully shooting at our temple and putting us in harm.
Then on Friday morning, they found a bullet hole through the window of their worship room and shell casings outside their gates.
Big handful of casings just right on the road down here.
And on Saturday morning, the sound of shots fired again.
It's been a little disturbing, and a few of our volunteers also have been very affected. One of our members is actually leaving us because of it.
As they try to piece together what's happened, Prestaya says they gave shell casing to deputies with the Utah County Sheriff's Office. They even found another shell as we walked out today.
Why bullets? Why spraying bullets?
Warden says a few years back, the Department of Homeland Security recommended they use grant money for security cameras, which they used. But with 15 acres of property, Warden says they need more.
Our grant ran out and they suggested we get another one this year. We were prepared for that, and then all the federal grants seem to have been shut down.
After 20 years of worship,
It's the first time, and we hope it'll be the last.
through prayer and song, they're hoping for peace and answers too.
We're appealing to the local community to be alert. We want to protect this sacred land. It is very sacred, and everyone acknowledges that.
We reached out to a spokesman with the Utah County Sheriff's Office who says deputies are investigating this case but couldn't provide an update at this time. Warden says they're offering a $1,000 reward for anyone who can come forward and help them find who's shooting at their temple. In Spanish Fork, Aaron Cox, KSL 5.
Okay, a couple things. First of all, it's not sacred land. Why? Because the Hare Krishnas bought it. Now it's sacred land. I mean, come on. It's not sacred. Second, let's see. What was the other thing that woman said? The harm that this cult. Oh, she said that they got grants. That they've been getting grants, and that they use their grants to get surveillance cameras on the grounds. Now, why are they getting grants? Why is this religion, this tax-free religion, that's really a cult, dangerous cult that uses high control techniques, brainwashing techniques, control techniques, that has the history that it has of child abuse, of gurus screwing around, I mean, murders, violence, child abuse, domestic abuse, money laundering, prostitution. I mean, you name it, this cult has done it and continues to do it. And they're just getting money from the government in the form of grants so they can put up security cameras around their Why are taxpayers paying for this cult to put security cameras up around its... Why? Why are they... Well, it says that they didn't get any grants because the government stopped giving out grants. Well, I don't know if I agree with the fact that the government just stopped giving out grants to anybody. But I'm glad they're not getting grants anymore. But why were they getting grants? And how? Who was okay? How does a cult like this? How does a dangerous cult like this just apply for a grant and just gets grants? And use that grant money for security cameras around their compound. That makes no sense. But let's get back to the gunfire. Who's shooting at the Krishnas? Who's risking jail time? Who's risking years of jail time? Discharging their firearms at a church in a hate crime, possible murder, possible attempted murder, possible terrorism, these are a lot of charges that one, and multiple, 3 times, and on surveillance camera. Who's doing that? Who is putting their life and liberty in jeopardy to shoot at a Hare Krishna temple? I feel like Columbo. It's like I really want to get to the bottom of this because this doesn't make sense. Like it's like I'm like Scooby-Doo. Like who's doing this shooting and why? No, I don't condone shooting at a Hare Krishna. I don't condone shooting at anybody. Self-defense. Is it self-defense? Are these people being attacked by the Hare Krishna and they're fighting back? Why would somebody, what did the Hare Krishnas do to somebody that they are risking going to jail, the penitentiary, for 20 years maybe or more? Those are a lot of charges. Terrorism, hate crimes, attempted murder. I mean, obviously you're trying to shoot somebody if you're shooting at a building that's full of people. Who would, you don't just do this. It's not like they toilet papered someone's house on Halloween, or they're egging someone's car, or doing something, hey, we put some dog shit in a paper bag and set it on the steps of the temple and set it on fire. I mean, it's not like some kind of prank or anything. This is serious business. 3 nights in a row? 3 days in a row? Big bullet holes in the wall, going through the window and hitting the wall. I mean, easily someone could have got shot. Multiple people. I mean, the only thing worse than that is if the guy had walked in and started shooting people in the temple. So, I mean, it's like a, it's a big deal. I think it's a big deal. You don't just go around. If it was somebody's house, if it was somebody's house and somebody drove by someone's house 3 nights in a row and it was just like bam, 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 shooting, you'd say, what's going on? What did you do? Who's doing that? Are you in a gang? Is that gang activity? Is this revenge? Is somebody looking for revenge for you? Is this intimidation? Someone's trying to intimidate you to keep you. I mean, what is going on? As I say, I'm like Columbo here. Like, what's going on? People don't just drive around shooting at buildings like that. Like, obviously something's happening. And we're not getting the whole story, or they don't know the whole story, or they're not being told the whole story. I don't trust these Hare Krishnas tell the truth. I don't trust them to tell the truth about anything. The fuck's going on in Utah? Who's going to go to a Hare Krishna temple if someone's shooting at it every couple of days? Someone drives by and starts shooting it. Who's going to go in there? Is that what they want? They want to scare people away. Are they pissed off at the Hare Krishnas? They don't like them? Somebody joined, somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, somebody's wife, somebody's what the fuck is going on? I'm serious. I'm serious. It just doesn't make sense to me. It just does not make sense to me. It'll make sense when we find out what's going on. As soon as we find out, we're going to go, oh, yeah. And we'll probably be we'll be like, well, I don't agree, but I understand. Some redneck, and I don't mean to offend rednecks, but some redneck out there who lost their kid to the Hare Krishnas, and it's like, goddamn Hare Krishna took my daughter. I understand that. I'm not saying you go shoot up the Hare Krishnas, but I understand. You come to Mike's chat and you say, hey, Mike, goddamn Hare Krishna took my daughter. What do I do, Mike? And then I tell you, and I explain to you what to do. That's what you do. You don't go shoot up the Hare Krishna temple. But I can understand someone who didn't know that you come and talk to me, that they would go and shoot up the Hare Krishna temple. And then I would have to tell them, hey, that ain't a good idea. That's not a good idea. Don't do that. So that's what's going on in Utah, and that just is. Eventually, someone will find out. I don't know if it'll be in the news when they figure it out. What's going on? I don't know. The story may be old and dead by then. No pun intended. The story may have died. No pun intended. So we may never know, even though the police may know. It may never make it to the news for an explanation on why this is why this is going on. But hopefully, if it does, I'll definitely let you all know what's happening there. And so then the other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to hear this guy explain a little bit about his view, the Hare Krishna view of this Trivikram Swami escapade. So now we're going to circle back to that. We're going to go back to this and see what we can do here. Let me see here.
Somebody asked me to comment on the Trivikram situation. Trivikram Maharaj was one of the elected and anointed, voted in acharyas in ISKCON.
Now, of course, this guy has been watching my videos and been pretty much repeating exactly what I've been saying. So I won't be surprised if I hear him pretty much say exactly what I've been saying anyway. But this is one of these crazy Hare Krishna guys. In case you don't know, if you're not, in case you're just watching, catching up, and he's insane. But he does document all the craziness that happens in the Hare Krishnas, and now he's giving his little version of like a TED Talk or something, explaining his point of view of this whole Krishna Trivikram situation. Here we go. And one thing I want to point out is the way that he talks. He talks in this very culty metered, not sing song, but in a very culty, guru-ish cadence that he speaks in, and you can hear how he. This is something that Hare Krishnas definitely learn and use when they give lectures and when they try to influence and speak. And it's not always the same, but there's definitely a similarity in how there is a similarity in the ways that they communicate. They have specific ways to accentuate certain words and phrases for you to grasp in a specific way. And that's how they talk. They talk in this weird kind of way. And you'll hear him doing the exact same thing. And I think it's some kind of a brainwashing, some kind of a, I don't know. It's something.
After 1986, the governing body commission of ISKCON had a guru reform, and part of the guru reform was they were going to vote in another load of gurus, because the original 11 were starting to drop off, flake out, and bloop and leave and fall into scandals. So they decided the solution was to make a bunch more gurus, and then they would be able to fill the holes when these guys left. The newly anointed, or the next wave of gurus, would be able to go to the zones where the gurus had fallen down and replace the fallen guru and start the whole process all over again. That was the idea. We're going to reform ISKCON. We're going to fix ISKCON. There's going to be no more big problems because we're going to have a continuous flow of acharyas moving into the Guru Parampara. So as one leaves or bloops or falls down or has a scandal, we will have a replacement. This was the whole idea of the Guru Reform. So the Guru Reform had been incubating for some years already. In 1984, Satsvarup was already writing.
Well, I have to say, I think I did do a pretty good impression of him. The way that he speaks is like this, and
the original transcript, let's say, of the Guru Reform Notebook, and the Guru Reform Notebook was being made in consultation with B.V. Narayan Maharaj, who was at the time the GBC's Shiksha Guru advisor, and he was advising the GBC, this is a good idea, let's vote in more acharyas, and this will fix your problem. So the Guru Reformers was a 50-man committee, and part of the 50-man committee was Rupanuga, Rabindra Swarup, Prithu, and a number of the people who were later on voted in as gurus, like Bhakti Vikas Swami and so many others. So the reformers were very excited about the prospect of reforming ISKCON to the point that they also would be acharyas. And Trivikram was a prominent member of that group, and he was, I think at the time, in Towako, New Jersey, where the reformers were having meetings discussing this whole situation. How are we going to be voted in as acharyas? Now, meanwhile, thousands and thousands of Prabhupada disciples had been kicked out of ISKCON, and they weren't discussing that problem at all. That was not a problem. The problem was they were not also big gurus like the 11. And there was a host of other problems. Criminal behavior was going on. The temples were undergoing a lot of stress from deviations going on left, right, and center. And did I forget to mention, there was a lot of child mistreatment going on at the time in various locations. Children were reporting being treated very horribly in various areas of ISKCON. And again, this was not a big concern for the Guru Reformers because they were motivated for position. They wanted to be gurus in ISKCON. And then they would have all kinds of perks and benefits, a nice car, a nice house, servants, feasts being made every day, this type of thing. And Gaur Govinda was another member of that group. He was instigating and encouraging all this stuff because he too would be voted in as a guru in their group. So what's interesting is that later on, the reformers excommunicated Sulochan. Sulochan was a whistleblower on the child molesting, and he was reporting that one of their original 11 gurus, namely Kirtanananda, was a homosexual pedophile, and he was having affairs with boys in his cottage and so forth. So Sulochan was a whistleblower on the child abuse, and he was a whistleblower on opposing one of the very prominent 11 at that time. Kirtananda was being promoted very heavily all over ISKCON. He's the only pure devotee in ISKCON, this type of thing. And his program, New Vrindavan, was being advertised in all sorts of ISKCON publications. And Rabindra Swarup was advising people to go take initiation from Kirtananda, this type of thing. Sat Swarup was writing that Kirtananda is a pure devotee. Kirtananda is everywhere. Kirtananda is doing the best service of anyone in ISKCON, this type of thing. So they were heavily loading up their propaganda on this principle that Kirtananda is a pure devotee and he is the best guru out of the 11. So when me and Sulochan went against Kirtananda, this was a big, huge problem for the reformers. You know, what are we going to do? We're trying to get Kirtananda to certify us as gurus, and we need his help. And these guys, Pranjan and Sulochan, are causing a problem for our reform. So Sulochan, in 1986, he was in Los Angeles, and he was calling me on the phone just a few days before he was assassinated, and he said, this guy Trivikram follows me around everywhere. I think Trivikram is acting as a spotter to follow me around to identify my location so I can be assassinated. He was very worried that Trivikram was giving him, quote unquote, the evil eye. So Ajahn said, this Trivikram.
Okay. So he just implicated Trivikram in this plot that ended up with the murder of Sulochan. So I don't know about that, but I mean, hey, that's what he says. He says that Trivikram was. He says that Sulochan, the man who was murdered, told him directly on the phone that Trivikram was following him around, and he thought that he was part of this plot to get him assassinated. So that's 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 that. I had never heard that before, but hey, you live and learn, you know. You learn something new every day. And you can learn it right here on It's Mike. You can learn it right here. Let's see. Yeah, you can visit us on the web at itsmikesanimal.com. And once again, we do have a new sponsor. So
this broadcast comes to you through the courtesy of Edam Neckties, with stores at 3 convenient locations: Skagway, Alaska, Little America, and Pago Pago.
Yeah, so check those out. Those neckties, those are really cool. This guy, you got to remember that this guy though that was talking, he brings up everything that everybody ever did in ISKCON. Well, this guy did this, and he was with this guy, and then this guy did that, and then but he never mentions that he was one of the ones that was dressing up as a gopi in L.A. and reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and they had their little gopi club, and it was like 4 or 5 of these guys would go and dress up like gopis, and then sit there and read the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And they had their special little group in L.A. And when Prabhupada found out about it, Prabhupada was upset. He's like, "No, you don't do that. That's not right. You don't dress up like gopis. That's not." And I guess they got the idea because they read something about dressing up like gopis, or I don't know. They got the idea from Prabhupada's books, but they read it in Prabhupada's books, but they kind of, I don't know, they made a left turn somewhere and said, "Hey, we're going to dress up. We're going to dress up like gopis, and we're going to sit and read Chaitanya Charitamrita." And they thought that they were like really elevated spiritual, whatever it was. And he's one of them. He was one of the ones that was doing that. He was one of the ones that Prabhupada got mad at and said, "Don't you ever do that shit in my movement." Whatever. I heard the story. I've heard the story many times. So he is one of those guys, and he'll admit it, but he won't talk about it. He just changes the subject. He's like, "Yeah, but that," and he just goes on about something else. So he's nothing special. This guy's nothing special. And he's a liar, too. I know that he's a liar because I caught him in some lies. Some major lies. And I heard him lying on the phone on a 3-way phone call. He didn't know I was listening he didn't know I was on the call. He didn't know I was hearing what was being said. And he just like spilled the beans. And I spoke up and said, "Hey, man, I hear you. I hear everything you're saying, man. How can you say that? How can you?" And he was like, "Hey, who's on the phone? Who's listening in?" And then the guy turned the phone off of the 3-way, and I was still talking. I was still going, "Hey, man, I heard everything you said. I can't believe you're a liar. You're a hypocrite. You're this and that." And then that's when he started to attack me, and then everything just kind of snowballed from there because he spilled the beans. I heard it, and I was spreading the word. So it was kind of like a little scandal within our own little group. And then of course I was the scapegoat. So because I was leaving ISKCON, I was leaving anyway, so it didn't matter. But this is the guy. This is the character. This is the mental patient who's got this prophet complex or whatever. I don't know what you call it. He's got some deep-seated mental problems. He's probably one of the most mentally ill Hare Krishnas I know, and he's mentally ill, but he's still able to document all the crap in the Hare Krishnas. So he's like functionally ill mentally. He's out there, and that's what cults do. That's what cults do. 40, 50 years, you end up like these guys. like this guy. You end up like Naranjan, who's got to take a break from being a Hare Krishna, so he's going to take a break and go be a Hare Krishna. It makes no sense. So you end up like Trivikram, banging your 35-year-old disciple. Refusing to accept reality that, hey, you join this cult that says that if you do this or do that and blah, blah, blah. No, he's like, no, you know what? Now I'm my own cult. I'm a cult of one. Whatever I say goes. Doesn't matter. I may have joined you guys and you guys made me a guru and I was following all these rules, but now, I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore. I can do this on my own. And have sex. Well, shit, if I can be a guru and do all that stuff and bang my disciple too. I mean, that's the best of both worlds right there. Being worshipped as a guru, flying around the world, eating the best food, staying in the best hotels, everybody's waiting on you hand and foot, worshiping you, offering you flowers and incense, and you get to bang your disciple too. With the prominent features. You got prominent features right there. And you can just blame the COVID vaccine if you want. Hey, I don't know what I'm doing. I got vaccinated. I got vaccinated. I don't know what I'm doing. Ever since I got that vaccine, I was just like, boing. It's like... I thought it was a vaccine for COVID. No, it was a vaccine of Viagra. I got the vaccine, and now my dick gets hard, and I want to bang everything. That's what happens. That's what this cult does to you. That's what this cult does to you. Or worse, start smacking your wife around because she gets a little irritated with you, so you're smacking her around a little bit. Put your kids in the Gurukula and you just go, I'm out of here. I'm going to go to Vrindavan. I'm going to go to Mayapur. Go chant in the forest somewhere. Fucking nuts. Go milk a cow. I'm going to go milk a cow in India. Get away from it all. Give me a break, man. End up like a friggin'... You end up in one of these mental wards, whether you're the mentally ill guru ward, or you end up in the friggin' mentally ill disciple ward, or you end up in the mentally ill ex-disciple ward, or the mentally ill ex-guru ward. Friggin' insane. Friggin' insanity. Well, everybody, listen, I want to thank everybody for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe these videos. The viewership is going up. It means more people are watching, more people are getting the message that this is a dangerous cult and they shouldn't be involved with it in any way, shape, or form. Don't eat at the restaurants. Don't buy their books. Don't go to their festivals. Don't do any of that. Just stay away from these people. These people are dangerous. They're dangerous to your family, dangerous to your children, dangerous to your mental health. You don't want nothing to do with these people. And hell, you might go to one of their temples and get shot at. You could go to one of their Sunday feasts. The next thing you know, you're in the middle of a drive-by shooting. So you don't want to do that. So that's even more of a deterrent. You don't want anything to do with these Hare Krishnas, these dangerous, dangerous Hare Krishnas. So that's my class for today. I hope some of you got deprogrammed. You learned something about these people. Learned what's really going on. Again, thank you, everybody. Everybody have some a great night, great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are. Please have a great, have some great luck. And hey, Raphael, thanks for coming in. And we got to talk more. I want to hear more of your stories, man. Your stories, what you told me already, it just blows my mind. And we gotta talk about Bhaktivinoda Thakur and his 5-year-old wife. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that on the next one because I didn't know about that one. That one's even, oh my God, that's crazy. But yeah, thanks everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a great night, and please stay out of a cult And here's my new, let's see, my new ending. Do I have ending credits? I don't know.